Sidebottom here, speaker, author, and trainer, and I go around and teach sales organizations and leadership teams how to grow trust and influence with their customers and their teams to generate more revenues and higher profits. Today, let's talk about strategies. What are the best strategies for sales? Well, when people come to me and ask me that, the first thing I do is ask them, well, what's your sales process? And they always look at me and go, well, we do something like this or that, or, well, I've got salespeople for that, or, well, we just kind of wing it. Depends on the situation. And unfortunately, that's where you go wrong at the start. You got to have a solid strategy which follows your sales process. Why do we want to have a process that sounds boring? Well, here's the deal. Processes actually help you do things second nature. You become very fast at it. When you wake up in the morning, you follow a process of how you get ready. If you really start analyzing and thinking about it, you're like, wow, these things I do without thinking. That's what a process does for you. So the first thing we have to do is make sure we have a sales process if we're going to succeed. Now, if you really look at it, professional sports teams, the Navy SEALs, all these guys will actually go and follow a process, which is go and practice, review game tape, see where you got bogged down so you can do better, review the competition, where they're at, get your surveillance, review that. But you have to follow a process of going through, then practice, then review, then practice, and keep going forward. We need a sales process that we can walk through with the customer and serve them if we're going to succeed. And if we don't have a process and we're just trying to wing it, that's why we typically see sales where they like kind of go up here, then they're down, and then they're up, they're kind of here, and then they move around. And we don't have consistency. If you want consistency, install a process and a good process. Now, what does that look like to have a good process? Well, your process and strategy should be to answer the 5 buying decisions that the customer has. And your process needs to walk through that correctly in the right order. Because if we get it out of order, guess what happens? We become a commodity. And the only differentiating factor in a commodity is price. So if we want to stay out of that area and we want to sell our value and make more profits, we need to make sure that we're answering those in the correct order. Now, the first buying decision is the salesperson. That's right, you and me. That's right. When we're in front of the customer, we have to make sure that they know, like, and trust us before they're going to buy from us. Okay? There's 3 questions. Do I like you? Do I trust you? And how can you help me? That are asked at every interaction. And if we don't answer those correctly, guess what happens? The customer walks out the door. Literally, they leave. Because I don't know about you, but I've never bought something from somebody that I could not stand. If they were just so irritable and I just could not stand them, I was out the door and I'd buy the competitive product, even if it didn't meet my needs totally. So we need to make sure that we are answering those 3 questions on every interaction and selling ourselves to make sure that the customer buys us before they even jump into the product. How many times have you gone in to a sale, got the name, tried to quickly look around the room for some rapport by asking a question, and then jumped into your pitch? You know what the customer is thinking at that point? How long is this going to take before they leave? How fast can I get them out? I actually had a sales presentation given to me that lasted for 2 hours until I basically threw them out of my place. That's right. They would not stop talking. They were trying to arm wrestle me into just signing something because they weren't going to leave until I signed it. And I kicked them out. I literally said, hey, I will literally call the cops if you don't leave. That's how bad it got. We don't want to be that kind of person because that gets around. Do you know how many people I've told that story to and that organization has probably suffered because of it? Because that is not a good strategy. We want to serve the customer. We want to show up and add value at every instance that we meet with them. So if we're going to be successful with our customers, we need to make sure we're using the process following that process over and over again and making sure we're answering those 5 buying decisions if we're going to succeed. By doing that, we will be rewarded by the sale. And that doesn't mean that we stop right there. We need to make sure that they're successful with it, because if we're super successful with the customer and we help them become very successful, guess what they do? They tell their friends and family. Who do you need to go talk to? Who do you need to buy this product from? You need to go here. I mean, how many times have we raved about a super experience at a restaurant or some kind of function that we went to? We told everybody about it. That's what they're going to do. Word of mouth marketing, still the best kind of marketing. So get your process in line, answer those 5 buying decisions correctly, start with selling yourself, and you'll be successful. And that means adding value at every interaction with your customers. If you do so, you're going to have a great sales career. Okay? If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. My contact information is below, links to my website and everything, and the trainings that I do. You can get to that through the bottom there. If you like this video and it's helpful, hit like, share, subscribe, send to somebody that it might help. That's why I do these videos, is to help you. We'll see you next time.